We frequently get asked, what is the difference between an audio and a video podcast? Should you do audio or video or both for your business? Welcome to Profitcast. I am the real Brian. Thanks for joining me today. Now, if you're new to Profitcast, by the way, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Profitcast is all about helping businesses to launch and grow a profitable podcast, by the way. Now, Profitcast started back in 2014. It did about a 2-year run, and it was back when podcasting was very different. Strategies were different. Some things are the same, but there was a lot of differences back then. And also, it was kind of that idea of how do you take your passion and your message and profit with it. We did another run last year, 2024, and we were kind of bringing up to date where the podcast industry is now and how that relates to your podcast and your business. And now, co-hosting with Seth Silvers, we're doing a very specific, intentional look at how to help you and businesses launch and grow profitable podcasts. So thanks again for joining us. We hope this is very, very helpful for you. Today, I want to do a little short commentary on audio versus video. There are a lot of debates out there right now. It's actually kind of funny about whether a podcast is audio and video or just audio only. I'm not going to get into the weeds on this one because people can debate until their heart's content on this one, but I just want to define a few things, and I'll do that in just a minute. First of all, however, what does your business actually need when it comes to your content and marketing strategy? Do you need audio only? Or do you need audio and video? Now, written content aside, we're not going to talk about written or websites or any other things like that today. We're just going to talk audio and video. Audio content, of course, brings that voice to your company. It humanizes who you are and what you do. It allows your customers, your clients, and your community to connect with you and your company on a much deeper level and in a way that you probably wouldn't really be able to achieve otherwise, or at least not that well. So it's awesome. It's a nurturing tool. It brings credibility and trust and loyalty as well. So something to consider when it comes to bringing that voice to who you are, what you do with your company. Now, videos, of course, they add yet even another element. It brings that visual body language to you and your content that audio does not do. From a discoverability standpoint, too, this is another big one, too. Having audio and video gives you a greater chance to be discovered and get in front of more people because you're going to be on various platforms. So with your audio, you're on your audio platforms. With video, you're going to be on YouTube, social media, Spotify video, that kind of thing too. So it's going to get you a larger customer, client, and community base. Now, whether or not audio only or audio and video would be the best option for you really does depend on your content and marketing strategy. And for many businesses, audio and video paired together really are truly the best option in 2025 and beyond. And in fact, we typically recommend that businesses and you utilize an audio and a video strategy, by the way. And if you are interested in exploring these options and you want to talk through this strategy, do contact us. We'd love to help you, by the way. All right, let me get into the definitions and the semantics and some of the confusion that's going on out there about audio versus video and is it a podcast or not and all that good stuff. So let me just clarify a couple of things. Again, I'm not going to get into the weeds on this one, but I just want to make this very clear so that you understand what you're getting into. Now, technically, the definition of an actual podcast, and I'm doing air quotes here if you're listening, it is an audio-only digital file that is on a hosted platform that can be downloaded and subscribed to, typically via an app of some kind, through an RSS feed. And an RSS feed is defined as really simple syndication. Now, there have been actual video podcasts over the years that also went through the RSS feed too, but a lot of people these days are recording their podcasts with cameras also. They're uploading their audio podcasts onto that hosted platform through the RSS feed, but then they're also taking the video of that and they're putting it up onto YouTube. Now, a YouTube video is technically not a podcast by definition. However, the term podcast has been used ubiquitously to define audio and video. And so while it may not be technically correct, let's just be honest, it's a little too confusing to try to find other technical terms where people are going to understand what you're talking about. Podcast is just one of those terms that people are using. So even though you're going to be uploading your video recordings of your podcast to YouTube, and while it's not technically defined as a podcast, having video is typically an essential aspect to the content and marketing strategy that most businesses employ. So I think it's a really important thing to be doing anyway. And again, I'm not going to go any more into the weeds on this one because again, the reality is that most of you truly you don't care what the definition is. And truthfully, for a business, it really honestly doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. And I know some people are going to hate me for saying that, but the reality is that you're in it to get your content and your message out there, not dabble in what the definition is. So the bottom line, as I just said, get your content, get your message in front of as many targeted people as you can. So yes, use audio and use video. Honestly, call it whatever you want. Call it a podcast, call it content strategy, call it a YouTube video. a show, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's 2025 at the time of this recording. And so the most important thing right now is to share your message, your business, your solution, and your impact to your core audience and get in front of as many people as possible. Oh, and by the way, having a podcast content and marketing strategy, by the way, audio and video, is one of the most, if not most, efficient marketing tools that you and your business can have. We're going to talk more about that in a future episode very soon, by the way, and we'll talk about why that is the case. All right. Thanks for joining us here today. You can go to rockmypodcast.com. That's where our podcast lives. You can also check out our businesses and what we do. Seth is storyon.co, and he does all of the editing and the production side of things, audio and video. He does strategy as well. It's amazing. And then realbrianmedia.com is where I'm at, and I do hosting. I host podcasts for people, for businesses, if they don't want to do it themselves. I do voiceover work. I also do the editing and the production, audio and video as well. And then I also help you find, set up, and understand how to use your equipment, the best equipment that you would need for your podcast, whether it is an audio or video solution. So we're here to help with all this. Love to talk to you. Thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you in the next episode.